Hey there. Welcome back to the Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast. Chris, should we tell people how to join the tour?
Of course. Whether you're a seasoned member or just tuning in to learn more, we're here to help you dive into the ins and outs of the tour. If you've been on the fence about joining, there's no better time than now. It's a fantastic way to play competitive golf, meet other passionate golfers, and step up your game.
Registration is open. All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net. Click Join the Tour button and pay your local tour's membership dues.
And if you want to keep up with all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, make sure you're subscribed and listening to the podcast on your favorite platform. Don't forget to download each episode, share it with your golf buddies, and if you're enjoying the show, drop us a like and a review. Your feedback helps us grow the community and reach more golfers just like you. Thanks for tuning in. Now let's get into today's episode.
Hey, Chris and everybody. Welcome back to the Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast. And Chris, you and I, we talked about some big changes we've got coming for the podcast for the year. And I don't know about you, but I'm really super excited to share this big news today with everybody.
Yeah, completely correct. We've been growing. It's been a great journey, and we want to invite you and your businesses to join us on this amazing journey we've been on. So as of this episode, we're officially opening up sponsorship opportunities for the podcast.
Chris, exactly. We've got an amazing community of listeners and members and golfers, that are passionate about amateur golf and the tour. So whether you're a golf brand, a local business, or just somebody who loves the game, this would be a perfect chance to connect with an engaged and enthusiastic audience.
And it's not just about reaching our audience. By partnering with us, your brand becomes part of the story we're building here. One that celebrates the players, the courses, and the incredible energy of the Golfweek Amateur Tour.
Yeah, and we could tailor any sponsorship packages to meet your goals, whether it's shout outs on the show, mentions on social media, or even custom segments where we highlight your brand. And Chris, the first one I'm thinking about is Roger's Rules.
Yep.
Roger needs a sponsor.
He sure does. So if you're interested in partnering with us and getting your name of your business out to the amateur golfers across the country, reach out today. Just email us at DMAC, that's DMAC, at amateurgolftour.net.
Yeah, let's team up to make this podcast and Golfweek Amateur Tour community even stronger. And just remember, the sponsorships is what allows, Chris, you and I to travel to the regionals to be able to go out and see everybody. So, we can't wait to hear from you.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. And as always, keep hitting them straight.
All right, let's go ahead and get the show started.
Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, Golfweek Amateur Tour proudly presents Golfweek Amateur Tour, the podcast, talking about all things Golfweek Amateur Tour, including interviews with tour directors, players, and course professionals. Now here are your hosts, Tim Newman and El Paso Las Cruces Tour Director, Chris Rocha.
Chris, we're halfway through the month of January. We haven't talked yet, so number one, Happy New Year. It's good to see you. Time flies.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, we're halfway through the month. We just wrapped up Southern Icebreaker, and we've got the Western Icebreaker this week, and California had a tournament last week as well. So we're rolling in, bud.
Yeah, you're telling me I had a couple of my members up in California, not a couple, one or two, and they told me, hey, sorry, we're cheating on our tour. We're in California playing their first event. And I said, for one, why is California starting so early? Jesus. And two, show them what we're made of, but he didn't place, so I guess he failed on that mission. But like you said, I'm starting end of this month already. Gabe in Arizona starting the week before me, and before you know it, we're going to be out there in Firestone and everywhere else we plan on going, hopefully.
Yeah, it's going to be a good year. And, we'll talk about Icebreaker near the end. Some of the good things that happened there, real big things. Exciting things happen, so we'll talk about them later. But first thing, we do have some new tours this year with new tour directors, and right now, I'm in Hilton Head, and it's about 30 degrees. You showed some Photoshop picture of your phone where it says we know it's 70 there, so don't lie. Okay?
I wish, but that winter storm, the little bottom tip is touching our area, and it was supposed to snow last night. It didn't in my part of town, but in other parts of town it did, and it's supposed to snow again tonight. But the kids still have school, and they're upset about it. But El Paso's not used to cold weather, so everybody freaks out when it's under 50.
Well, yeah, I can only imagine. And you have a coat? You have a coat? You got electric blankets and
this,
stuff?
And that's all I got. So just running from my car to my work to get there as quickly as I can and not slip.
Well, I'm headed out of town for a couple weeks, and one of my first stops was going to be in Atlanta, and we got word that it's supposed to snow and get ice in Atlanta, so I'm not going there. I don't know if anybody remembers the last time it snowed or got ice in Atlanta. I mean, the whole city shut down, I think, for 3 weeks. So I'm postponing that. But hopefully this cold spell will wrap up soon. But let's go to upstate New York and talk with Don Frame, the new tour director for the upstate New York Senior Tour. Don, welcome to the show, bud.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Glad I could be on.
Well, I'm really excited to have you here and to open up a new senior tour. The Upstate New York Golf Tour is doing really well, and I'm excited to hear about the senior tour because I'm sure that's going to do just as well.
Yeah, Adam's doing a hell of a job up here. I actually played right from the beginning. Started playing 3 years ago when I actually won the first tournament he played. I won the C division, but there wasn't too many guys in it at the time because it was brand new, and it went on for it's been on. This is the third year now, and he's doing really well with it. And I talked to Dennis. I went to the Nationals in 2002, and I mentioned to Dennis about, you guys do anything for seniors, on the tees. It's kind of tough for me to keep up with these young kids here that are hitting the ball 350 yards. It's like I haven't got a prayer. And he said, no, he says, we do have a senior tour. And I said, well, like where? I mean, I have never heard of it. He said, well, the closest one to you is probably Washington, D.C. And I was like, well, wait a minute. I said, that's like a 6-hour ride. I'm not going to travel. I'm not going 6 hours to play in a senior tour, so it just wasn't feasible. But I continued to play on the tour with Adam up here in upstate New York. And, it started off slow, but it gained momentum quick. And there's a lot of guys around here that want to play. And there's a lot of older guys like myself that want to play. And we're all in the same boat. We're playing off the regular tees, and it's a tough nut to crack. I mean, I'm 71 now, and the ball don't fly like it used to. So I went to the Nationals this past year, back in October, and I'm not sure who it was that I spoke to. One of the girls at the main desk. And I mentioned something to her, and she said, just contact Dennis, send him an email. I did, and, one thing led to another, and here we are. It's brand new. Right now, I think I've got 10 or 12 guys on the tour. I actually booked three venues today. They called me back.
Nice.
I now have five venues on the market, and I have a notebook right here so I've been in touch with about 15 or 20 of them, but the biggest problem I'm having right now up here is most of the pros that run the clubs up here are in Florida or Arizona or somewhere else right now, and they're not answering their phone. And they said, well, call me back, after the first of the year. So I've been making more phone calls recently, but a few of them have got back to me, and I'm making good headway. I don't see any reason why I won't have 10 to 14, tournaments on the tour once I get rolling here.
Yeah, but Don, those those course pros are smart. They went south for the winter.
Yeah, I should have.
I'd say come on down, but like I told Chris, it's 30 degrees here in South Carolina now, and I don't like it. So I can't even imagine we have to,
One of the guys on our regular tour did go down to the Icebreaker. I actually played the Icebreaker 2 years ago, and it was fun. But I'd rather be in Florida. It's a little bit warmer down there. And to be honest with you, Dennis has been in touch with me about playing the senior Icebreaker. I just can't get out that weekend. But I did look up some regionals, and that one senior regional down in Mission Inn Resort looks very appetizing. Looks like a really nice club.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to them to the senior regionals because Dom, one of the big differences between the Golfweek Tour and the senior tour is that there's still the competition is still fierce, but the atmosphere is a little bit more relaxed. With the older guys and women, still fun. Chris, you could chime in on this. You've had a senior tour as well on that.
Yeah, I had a senior tour and a golf week, and I will say the senior tour guys, they like to hang out and chit chat afterwards, and it's a great time. And like Tim said, it's very relaxed. It's not, they're competitive, but it's not to the teeth like the golf week guys are. So it is a lot of fun. I do enjoy the senior guys, and I mean, even in golf week playing with the senior guys, it's a lot easier to have a great round when you're riding with a guy that, whether, like you said, whether he drives 200 or he drives 225, he's happy with being in the fairway, because that's the way I play too. I play old man golf.
Yep. I hear you there.
So Don, tell everybody a little bit about yourself. What'd you do before you got involved with the tour?
Basically, played in leagues up here, and again, it's really it's tough because we don't start playing until, if we're lucky, we can play in late April, and so you start basically in May, and you might be able to play till September. So the seasons are really short up here. I played in a couple of leagues. I got involved in doing some season-end outings, so I managed a couple tournaments up here. I helped my nephew out, who started a non-for-profit a tournament up here for Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I helped him out with that. So I've been involved in a little bit of tournament action, not a lot, but this is a whole new venture for me. But I'm a people person. I've had my own construction business for 37 years, met a lot of people over the years. And, and golf has kind of enabled me to meet a lot more people.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, one of the things that I enjoy most about playing in this tour, the first year I played was 2002. 2023, or 22, I'm sorry. And in 2023, I went out of town 9 times. I played regionals all across the country, and I met guys. And it's funny because you meet somebody, and then you meet somebody in the next tour, and you know this guy from that tour. Meeting new people was just, I love meeting people and talking to different people from all over the country. And I just had a really good time doing that.
Uh-huh.
And not to mention locally, there's a lot of golfers around here who I would never meet had I not played in a tour like this. And more guys keep coming out, and I meet more guys, and all of a sudden you have a new round of buddies that you're playing with. Just because you met them on the tour.
Yep.
And it really works out good.
Yeah,
I mean, I can't get enough of it.
It really does. And Don, you're the epitome of what we're looking for in players. In 3 years, okay, you played in 58 tournament rounds with the tour.
Wow.
Yeah.
58. So you're averaging almost 20 rounds a year. And like you said, if you travel, you meet new people, and you can, like you said, you get new golf groups everywhere you go. And so when you go to the regionals, or you go to another local event, you've got guys that you already know and playing with. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah. I and it's funny because when a buddy of mine first brought this to me 3 years ago, and he said, check this out. I was like, I don't know, it sounds this, and everybody's got that same attitude, like, it's more than I want to spend. It's more, but all I keep saying it to him is, look, just try it, because it's either for you or it's not.
Right.
I know some people that they don't like it, but until you know what it really is, you can't say no to it. That's my opinion.
Yeah, and Chris, I don't know what you think on this, but generally, if we can get them out to one tournament, we've got them hooked.
Most of the time.
Yep.
No, I agree. That's what I tell my guys. We've said before, everybody brings one person, the tour's doubled at that point. And then you hear, like you said, well, I don't know if it's for them. You won't know until they try it. Like anything in life, you won't know until you try it. So bring them out. I almost want to guarantee that they're gonna enjoy the product that we put out here, and the fact that they get to travel the country and play events and regional, all that, it just makes it a whole nother level.
Yes, it does.
Absolutely. So what courses are you looking at for this year, Don?
Let me just pull up the calendar up here. I've already got a course called Thunderheart. That's down in the Catskills, just south of me, about an hour south of here. I have one already booked. It's called Burden Lake Country Club. Again, near here. There's another one's Queensberry Country Club that's a little north of here, probably about 40 minutes north of here. Turning Stone, which you guys probably heard of. It's out near Utica or Syracuse, halfway between there. Turning Stone, really nice course, highly rated, one of the top-rated courses in New York State, in fact. And Cobleskill, which is a little bit south of here. And I have a handful of other ones. I don't want to just start dropping names because I'll be here for a half hour, because literally I've contacted like 22 courses, either by email or voicemail or something. And there's a ton of them around here. And it's funny because I originally tried to make sure that I booked different clubs than Adam books in the regular tour, so that guys are in his tour will join my tour, because I'm playing different venues. And of the 5 that I have booked right now, the only one that he is playing is Turning Stone. So I'm off on the right track. I do know that I am going to have to book a couple of them that he books, because there's some real popular clubs in the area that guys want to play. And some guys may only play in the senior tour. So it's only fair that I do take a couple of the really nice local ones and get them in there. So, he's already got, I think, 10 tournaments booked. And again, he's been in business. So last year when he played there, he already booked a date for this year. So it just made it easier for him. So I'm kind of dancing around the dates here, because I don't want to book a date. I can't book one on the same day he's booked. So, but it's fine. There's plenty of room for both of us.
I think what makes a region good with a senior and a golf week is the partnership between both directors. And I mean, you've known them for so long. I think you guys can make a great partnership. Us, like Arizona and us, it's just one director for both, so it's easier. But I think you're on the right track with, not booking on the same day or trying not to book the same courses, because then it just becomes repetitive, and now your golfers are choosing to play on one other than both. So I think you're on the right track. Kudos on that.
Yeah. Yeah, and the reality is, I mean, if you're gonna play Turning Stone twice, who's gonna complain about playing Turning Stone twice? Right?
Exactly. And that's kind of what I feel. There's a couple other local country clubs that are, highly thought of, that we're both in, we're both getting involved in, and it's worth it, because the guys will play those twice a year. They won't even hesitate.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm probably talking out of turn here. I'm not sure if you and Adam and Dennis have had this conversation or not. And if I'm talking out of turn, and I'll probably, when this comes out, I'll probably get a phone call. But it would be great to get a regional up in that area. I mean, that's to me, that's one area that is kind of lacking of where we have regionals.
Yeah,
that's just that. You know what I'm saying, Chris?
No, I agree.
Chris, get in on this. Don't make me go down all by myself.
No, I agree. I think the states like you said, like New York, it's also a tourist state. So, you can go and you can visit the big cities and then drive down an hour, 2 hour, play a golf tournament, and then head back home. I completely agree. I mean, I guess you threw yourself on the sword, so I'll throw myself on the sword too. I don't know how Texas, when as big as we are, we don't have a regional yet, but that's a conversation for not here, but eventually we will. And it's just one of those places where people love to go, and they book, they book vacations there. And if there's a regional tournament, I know when it comes down to me and my family vacations, and my wife's probably going to hear this because she's in the other room, but I'll look at the regional schedule first, and then we'll book a vacation around that, because if I'm going to travel somewhere, I might as well take advantage of that trip.
Exactly.
Well, Chris, you've been married long enough. Diana knows how you do things. This is not going to come as a big shock to her.
You're right. She probably looked at the regional schedule before I do, and she's been throwing hints all fall and winter.
Oh man.
Well, if you're lucky enough, you got a wife that likes to golf too.
Not
that
yet.
Helps.
She likes to drive the car and look at scenery, but if it's the same thing for the first 4 holes, then she's done. Count her out.
I hear you.
But she's supportive, though. I
Right.
mean, that's and Don, you talk with Jennifer all the time. When we got married, I'm talking Jennifer Newman, not Jennifer McCormick. When we got married, I figured if I was going to be able to play golf, she's got to play too, and so I bought her a set of junior clubs because she's 4'3", and that's what we did on our honeymoon. And now she works for the tour, so it worked out okay.
Oh my God, I can't believe you said that.
Why you laughing? She said what?
Instead of I cut down some clubs, you said I went and got the junior set.
Well, hold on a second. Hey, Jen. Oh, she's not. Did not buy you junior clubs? Okay.
No, I believed
Come
you.
on in.
I wasn't calling you a liar. I believed you.
For the record, I'm not 4'3", but I do have kids clubs. When we went for our golf school and we had official measurements, did the whole 9 yards to get fitted for clubs, the person who did it, who became our friend, kind of laughed because he looked at it and he said, "Jen, I just want to tell you your height and all your measurements are completely consistent with junior clubs. So save the money and go for it."
There you go.
See, I'm a helpful, thoughtful husband.
That's the greatest story I've heard all year.
Well, Don, thank you so much for joining us tonight. I really do appreciate it. I'm looking forward to big things from you, and I'm hoping that I'm going to see you down at the Mission Inn Regional, because I'll be there.
Sounds good.
All right, bud.
Thank you, fellas.
John, good luck.
Appreciate the opportunity.
All right, take care.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Strixon's ZX Mark II irons.
A great iron set needs more than good looks. It's gotta be fast and gotta be pure. But good looks never hurt either. The all-new ZX Mark II irons from Strixon.
Tim, I think it's a great idea that we're going through all the new directors this year. I think last year, we might have missed the ball on a couple new directors, but it's important to give these guys the highlight because they're taking a big step. You and me know it's not easy running tournaments to begin with, but then having to start the whole thing, the whole process of the scheduling, all of that people don't see. And then if you're not a person that is very outgoing, like I was when I started, and you have to stand up in front of 50 guys and go over the rules, it can be very intimidating, and they might not know that, but it takes a lot of guts to be able to do that. And I think us giving them the kudos and that support and letting all our listeners know what new tours are available is something that I've enjoyed doing the last couple months.
Yeah, and it's good to see them get put faces to names and get to know them a little bit. And the one thing with Don and Upstate New York is he is right on. We had Adam Cahill on last year, and if you remember correctly, he said that he was going to turn things around
up in New York, and he had a phenomenal year last year.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he blew it out of the water, and he's some of the behind the scenes things that I've heard that he's doing that's really taken off for him. He's doing a really good job. And with Don coming in on the senior side, I really do think that the momentum that Don's going to pick up some of the momentum from what Adam's doing. That's really what
Right. And the fact that they know each other too is going to be even better, because it's just a quick phone call. I'm pretty sure they've had in the previous years without him being a director, that they can just piggyback off each other and both have successful seasons.
I'm sure that they will. I mean, you know how it is. You know, the first year of a tour is tough, but I mean, the courses that he's already got. Again, who's going to complain about going to tourneys?
Right. Twice.
Come on. I mean, if that's what you've got to complain about, man, I want your life.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so again, they've got some really good courses up there. Even though the season is a lot shorter than it is down south or in El Paso or some of these other places. They pack a lot of good golf in a small amount of time.
Oh yeah, the guys up north do a phenomenal job. Across the whole country, because they've got a handful of months to work with, literally a handful, and then it's done. So
I almost think that their job is tougher than some of the other places, because the season is so short, and everybody is trying to pack in that short time frame, right? As opposed to here down south, North Carolina, South Carolina, and south, and where you are in Texas, even though it's 70 degrees there for you now. I mean, people are still getting out and trying to play.
Yeah, I mean, we get to play year round.
Right.
Maybe 5 days out of the year we can't play. Maybe. I mean, because even if it's drizzling, we're still going to play. But
right.
we have all year. We have 12 months to play. These guys have 5 months to play and have to wrestle with all the other local public or tourists or whatnot that are going there to play within those 5 months.
Exactly.
So I would agree with that statement.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to big things with them, and let's talk about the winners from. Well, let's go ahead and talk to the winners from the Southern Icebreaker. See who won and see what some of the good things that happened this weekend.
Let's do it.
Welcome to Sea Pines and the Harbor Town Resort. The 2025 Golfweek Amateur Tour season is now underway with the annual Icebreaker Classic. First round was at Robert Trent Jones course in Palmetto Dunes, and the second round right here at the famed Harbor Town Resort course. We had amazing competition this weekend. We crowned 5 winners, all punched their tickets to the National Championship. It's hard to believe the first tournament of the year you can punch your ticket, but these 5 amazing golfers did just that, and I can't wait to talk to them. On top of that, we had a hole-in-one today right here at Harbor Town on hole 17. Thanks for listening, and hang tight, and we're going to talk to these 5 amazing winners. All right, we're back here in the Harbor Town Clubhouse with the Champ Flight winner. Everybody knows this guy, Joe Jaspers. Joe, congratulations. So this is old hat for you. I mean, Jeff won 3 years in a row, which, I mean, last 3 years you guys have been neck and neck, and this year you beat him by 7 strokes.
Well, we kind of flipped roles. I played well this year, and I mean, he struggled today. It wasn't his best day. That's kind of the way it worked out the last couple of years, So, yeah, Jeff's a tough competitor. He really tough. But this is my first time winning the Icebreaker. So
Okay, so that's not territory. So that's another one checked off the list.
right, exactly, yes.
But two rounds this weekend, 73 yesterday at the Jones course, 72 today. You're not going to say this, but I'll say it. To me, that's just Joe Jaspers golf. Don't make mistakes. Do what you have to do. Get the lead, stay in the lead, and
just keep grinding.
boring golf.
Well, it is, yeah. I mean, I hit enough bad shots in there, so you got to work at it a little bit. But, I didn't make I think I made one birdie today. So it was just try to par him to death.
But this course, it's tough to make birdies anyway.
It is. It's tough to get in the right side of the hole, and with the weather, it's a little cold out there, so the ball didn't quite as hard.
And for you, being the golfer that you are, you have to actually think your way through this. You're not just going to bomb it and get a good score. You have to actually think, and that's another reason why it's so tough to get birdies. The greens were very receptive, and again, it wasn't cold like it was yesterday, but it was still pretty chilly.
Still were pretty chilly. The greens were firm and fast. Course is in excellent shape. Both days, actually, the courses are really good. So we can't blame the course for anything. But Hilton Head golf, when you get to the island, it's different than anywhere else you play. It's tougher because you got to put the ball in play. If you don't put it in play, you're going to be making bogeys, doubles, triples all day long. I think that, yeah.
So, I mean, you last couple of years, you qualified for the you're a senior amateur. What are your goals this year? You going back to do it?
My goal is getting back in there. If timing works out, maybe try to get back to U.S. Mid-Am.
Okay.
Try and go through the U.S. Senior Open, see if I can, get that off my bucket list. Those are kind of the three big years for me this year.
You and I talked before. You're qualifying for those. You say it's more difficult to qualify for them than really to make it through. The first two rounds like the U.S.
Yeah,
because sometimes there's only one, maybe two spots.
There's only two, maybe three spots, and the depth of the fields in the Carolinas. There's a lot of really good players here. So you got to beat a lot of good players just to get in there. And you see a lot of Carolina guys playing in those championships are just because of that. A lot of guys from the Carolinas actually go other places, other states, because they got the fields maybe aren't quite as big and there's deep.
Well, I mean, I tell people all the time that if you want to play good golf against good golfers, this is the place.
Absolutely. I've been playing this for, I think, probably at least 25 years. I've been out here, and it's been a great way to get consistent competition, play against great players, make great friends.
Absolutely, yeah. Joe, thanks so much. Congratulations, and we'll see you this year.
All right, thanks. All right, you take care.
We've got the A-Flight champion, Steve Evans, with us, back-to-back. He was actually, I think we were standing in this exact spot last year when we did this interview. So congratulations on back-to-back win. Thank you. It feels really good. It's good to see you. Again, you got your best caddy over here, my wife, Aylin. So we just talked a little bit about yesterday's round over at the Jones course. Tough day yesterday. Talk about that a little bit.
Well, the golf course is incredible. First of all, the greens are amazing. The golf course was very well maintained. The wind and the cold played havoc with all the players. And if you just mishit it a little bit, it's not going to go anywhere.
Right.
So you just kind of had to manage that around and expect some shots and, go on to the next.
It's just a positive attitude. And, sometimes it's hard when it's cold and you keep hitting the ball like that. But I mean, you put yourself, I think you were gave the high back, so you weren't out of it.
No.
And so you come in today and you start off with all 6 bogeys, right out of 6 bogeys in a row. And I was just a half a bubble off.
Okay. I'm like, okay, keep it up. And I turned it around a little bit, made 3 birdies in 4 holes.
Okay.
13, 15, 16. And then I thought, I'm just going to look the leaderboard because one time yesterday I was a 21st player.
Okay.
And then I was in 7-8. And I thought, well, maybe if I can get in the top 5, I looked and I got a 3-shot lead. So then that puts a different kind of pressure on you when but by that time I was playing a little better, right? And hitting the ball a little more solid and thinking very clearly and had the best encourager there with my wife. And just kind of finished it off in a good way and made a good 6-footer for par on the last hole to win by 1.
Oh, wow. So, I caught up with you guys at the tee box in 17 because I was trying to get pictures of all the leaders. I said, wait a second, he came from, I think you were like 4 groups back. And so we had to run out there and you hit a great shot.
Yeah. I hit my target, the very front of that green. I was not going to challenge that pin. I thought if I get to the front of the green, 2-putt, get out and dodge, and that's exactly what I did.
Well, that's all you need to do, and that's actually smart. To me, I think that's one of the toughest par 3s on the course because you have a little bit of bailout to the right. That's really not where you want to be because you still have to come over. I mean, you got the junk over here, you got trees, and you got the tractor, so you only have a little bit of bailout, and everything else is hazard or penalty area.
So I was very fortunate. That was one. Ended up hitting it pretty solid. to finish. When you hit it solid, you could control your lines and control the distance, right? And it paid off. Well, congratulations, back to back, and maybe we'll see you here again next year. Look forward to it. Congratulations. Hey, Steve, take care. All right, we're here with the B-Flight champion, Aaron Allee from the Hilton Head Tour. Aaron, congratulations on the win today. Thank you. So yesterday you were over at the Jones course, shot 86. Pretty good scores yesterday. You knew what, considering the weather, a little cold, balls not flying anywhere. Tell us a little bit about the round.
Yeah, I was actually a little frustrated with the 86 because the Jones course was supposed to be the easier of the two.
It is, yeah. I wouldn't say it's much easier, but it's
compared to what Harbor Town and great rating I've heard about Harbor Town, it was supposed to be easier to course. I didn't play horrible, but I just couldn't get the ball on the green. I couldn't hit a green regulation, and so it was a lot of chipping and trying to get up and down. And it worked out all right. Wasn't too thrilled about the 86, but when I saw where I was at in the order of things, I wasn't too upset.
How far back were you? I mean, you shouldn't have put 4 shots back. 4 shots. That's really no big deal. And obviously it's a big deal because it came back and won by 2, I think. But then you weren't out of it. It wasn't like you had to do a whole lot more work. You just had to play Daddy Boots system off, which is what you did today with the 82.
That's right.
So talk about that.
Yeah, just a consistent day. Had 2 holes where didn't go my way. But overall, just a consistent day, and was able to clip the ball in the hole in less strokes today than I did yesterday.
That's always key. That's always key. So, with the 82 today, you said there were a couple holes that you didn't do well. What were some of the things that you did do well?
Well, I put the ball in clay off the tee box, so I didn't put myself in danger off the tee box, and there was some scrambling going on, but keeping the ball in bounds, which is a big thing here with the tight bores, kept the ball in bounds and was able to at least scramble around and scratch out enough pars and bogey saves to kind of save my round.
Yeah, that's critical here. I talked to the champ flight winner Joe Jaspers about this a little bit ago. This course isn't a course that you're going to bomb it out. You got to think your way through this. It's about where you place your tee shot,
right,
and where you place your approach shot.
Yeah.
There's a horrible one 17 today,
yeah,
and I was talking to somebody else. 17 is probably the toughest par 3 there is.
Yeah.
You only have a little bit of bailout to the right, and everything else is either hazard or penalty.
Correct. Yeah.
So
I actually like 17. I think 17 felt easier because of the boat bay. It wasn't tucked in trees and everything else like some of the other par 3s. So I felt like 17 was a little bit of the easier one. However, a hole in one's amazing.
It is.
It doesn't matter what bowl it's on, only on the good hole.
Yeah, I think I caught up with you on 16. The approach shot's a 6-2.
Yeah.
I can't remember where you hit it, but it sounded good.
Short. Everything was short.
But that's okay to be short there too, Raf, because
everything was short. And I think that's most players we're talking about, ladies, just between yesterday and today.
Right.
Everything just seemed to be coming up short. But up for most.
Well, you didn't come up short. Everybody else a little bit short. Well, Eric, congratulations. Thanks for spending some time with us. Or good luck to the rest of you. Oh, by the way, your national championships paid, so you're
stress-free until October.
Exactly.
That's right.
All right, right there.
All
right, welcome back to Harbor Town Clubhouse. We've got CJ Hutchins from the Columbia Tour, our C-Flight champion. CJ, congratulations on the win, bud.
Thank you, sir. There.
You went wire to wire, which is hard to do in any region, but especially these 2 courses. Jones course played really tough yesterday, and Harbor Town is always a tough one. So let's talk a little bit about yesterday at Jones Golf. You shot 88 yesterday, right?
88.
Well, tell me about the round.
Oh man, it was everything was tight.
It was cold too. Don't forget that.
Oh, too cold. I just tried to keep everything in black.
Yeah.
I just struggling a lot on the box. That was duck put most of my tee shots, I'd say. But I kept it short enough to where just kept everything in front of me.
Okay. And so you come over here today to Harbor Town. Obviously, this is a course everybody wants to play. Now they see it on TV. PGA Pro's been playing here for years, and you came in again wire to wire. How'd you finish today? 89. So that's pretty solid. Talk about your round today, because you had Terry Lawson from the tour director from South Florida chasing you all day long. Talk about it.
he was right there all day, and I'm unfortunately I'm a scoreboard watcher, so
But it didn't seem to affect you.
I knew exactly where we were all day long, and I probably attribute the whole weekend to leaving my driver in the truck.
Okay.
I didn't even pull driver. I took mini driver and hit it, and just tried to keep the misses as small as possible. And but yeah, Terry was a tough competitor. He all day we were close, and like I said, scoreboard watching it. So I seen when he was right there, and
So we caught up to you on hole 17.
Yeah.
But par 3.
Yes.
So those that don't know, hole 17 is par 3. It's a tough par 3. You got there's trouble all the way around. And your tee shot was just off the green on the fringe, not too far off. Terry was on the green, but he putted first. He was still out. He putted first. And Terry, I know you're going to see this, but it was not a good effort, Terry. And if you remember what I said to you, I said, CJ, you got to put a better effort than that, because I'm trying to get this whole film.
You had me nervous. The tee shot, at first I thought it was long, possibly in the bunker. I got excited that it wasn't, and my caddy Jack, he helped me out a lot today with the reads and everything, and read a good line and put a good roll on it. He sure did. I think it fell in the hole on the last revolution though, so it was
It did. As I was looking through the camera, and it's a little bit more difficult to see, but it looked like it was drifting out to the right just a little bit, and then at the very end, it just
last second the hole caught it on the right side. So it was it was definitely a good play. I was already thinking about 18, so I was I was in my own head already. So it was definitely a putt to remember.
Yes, there were a few birdies on 17 today, but anytime that's a tough hole. Anytime you can walk away with par on 17, that's you did well, but you walk away with birdie. You didn't get paid out on it, but
I just knew that was gonna hold up. I was counting that already as soon as it went in, but yeah, I looked a couple holes later and there was already 3 birdies on that hole, and then apparently somebody else get a little bit better. So
so just a little bit better. Yeah, there was a hole in one on 17, a flag player. We'll talk about that a little bit later today. So talk a little bit more about your caddy, because the caddies around here really do help you all as players, especially if you never played this course. And I go back to 17 for a second. You guys were talking back and forth about where he wanted you to hit it, and you hit that line. So talk a little bit more about how he helped you.
Well, 17 not so much, but just on most of the holes where I would have automatically grabbed the mini driver and just swung away, he'd pull me to 5-wood or hybrid and left me in good position. So even if I sprayed it right, I was still in a good position on the shorter holes, where if I'd have hit driver or 3-wood or something like that, I would have been probably out of play. So he pulled the bigger clubs out of my hands a couple times, and then I didn't let him pull them out a couple other times, and it didn't go my way. So it was I say my worst holes were the holes that I disagreed with him, that I went away from what he wanted me to do, and I tried stuff that, you try stuff new. Tournaments where you try new stuff, right? Exactly. 100 every shot. Yeah, I tried way too much new stuff that I probably shouldn't have, but luckily I got away with it.
Well, that's awesome. You won the regional today, punched your ticket to national championship, and again, first one of the year, knowing that your season and the national champion's already taken care of. That's got to be a weight to lift it up.
Oh, 100%. It's definitely a big weight off your shoulder. It's going to make the rest of the year a little bit easier. And I'm already ready for nationals. We can't speed it up. And
well, CJ, congratulations. It's good seeing you, and good luck the rest of the week.
Yes, sir. Time was there. Take care. All right.
Well, welcome back. We've got the D-Flight champion, Tracy Taylor from Arkansas. Tracy, congratulations. I tell you what, I'm so ecstatic for you. We've been through this so many times. You get close, and today, actually this whole weekend, you led start to finish.
Did I?
You did. So
I watched the leaderboard, so I didn't know. But
let's start with the Jonas course yesterday. Yesterday, I talked a little bit about it with C-Flight champion. It was cold yesterday. I saw you before the round. You said it was my responsibility to make it a little bit warmer today. I think I came through with that. But let's talk about your round yesterday at the Jonas course. Jonas course is tough, and you blew the course away.
we went out for a practice round on Friday, and I just was like, I am not getting in those bunkers. And so I just did smart golf yesterday and left my 5-wood in the bag and just pulled out that little 5 hybrid. It was just straight down the middle, and I'm never long, but I'm not wrong. So that's pretty much how I handled that course yesterday.
Well, you were leading by 9 strokes at the end of the day yesterday. And
They said,
so we see you today, and, caught up with you out on 18, and I know you all started on back, but we caught you on 18, and, you said you didn't start off too well, and what I tell you, a lot of golf left to play.
you did.
Hang in there, and, you ended up winning by what, nine again? So, talk a bit about today and, the emotions and some of the things that you were dealing with.
Well, first of all, I want to say thank you. And it's just a phenomenal experience. And Dennis and you guys do a great job. So yeah, I started out double bogey, triple, double bogey, triple. So I was 10 over in 4 strokes, and I just saw my lead just vanish. And I just was like, come on, Tracy, come on, get it together. What tripped me up was how fast the greens are, and they're not receptive. They don't know, and I don't have spin on my ball. And so those first few holes, my ball was just going crazy, and I was getting in bunkers. And so I just was like, get it together and get smart again. And so I cleaned up the front 9, but that back 9, it got cold. And by the time we got to our last hole, I wasn't watching the leaderboard, but I asked one of the guys, I said, well, do I have it secured? And he said, by 11 strokes. And I was like, you're kidding. And so, but the guys were just great. And, I just am so blessed to be here.
About that. Again, I can't tell you how ecstatic I am for you. And, the first tour of the year, you got your nationals taken care of. That's got to be a pretty big weight lifted off. I wouldn't say relax, but you qualified, you're here, it's taken care of. Now you can go out and win, Aaron Allee tournaments between here and that.
That'd be great. That'd be great.
So what are the regionals you going to this year?
We are going back to American Dunes. Everyone needs to put American Dunes on their list. That is just a wonderful place. And then the Arizona tour. I just love Gabe, and so we're going to go back and do TPC. Then area I see.
Well, to talk about American Dunes, because I was out there last year, and you're right. If you haven't been, that's you have to go. You have to visit.
You have to do it, and you need to get a practice round in so that you can cry it out, mix your tissues, take care of all that emotions and stuff. But everybody needs to do American Dunes. It's the home of where they ideated Folds of Honor, and it's just very humbling and I don't know, very sacred.
Yes.
So beautiful, beautiful force, and love it. Michelle does a great job there too.
Yeah, she does a great job. And Chris, I don't know, Chris and I have talked about going out to Scottsdale this year. So hopefully we'll see you out there. I don't.
Yeah, bring Jennifer.
Well, that's up to her. Jennifer's always invited. She is always invited. But I travel so much. She says, you know what, she wants to stay home, but she went to French Lick last year, so maybe we can get her out to Scottsdale. We'll see. But Tracy, again, congratulations. Great seeing you, and I look forward to seeing you throughout the year. We're back with the mayor of Hilton Head, John Robinson. JR, it's so good to see you.
Well, it's we wouldn't miss this tournament for anything. Right. Anything. Oh, yeah. Started out yesterday a little chilly, but who cares? It's January.
Right.
And it's called the Icebreaker for a reason. So you wear the right clothes, you get the gloves on, and you get yourself mentally ready.
Well, you know what I did yesterday, right? I got there early. I saw you. Didn't get a chance to talk to you. I wore a jacket. You guys went. Well, I went back inside.
I don't blame you. Yesterday was a little chillier than it was today. Amateur Dunes, Trent Jones played great. The greens were fantastic. They were a nice speed. And after about 2 hours, the real cold went away. It was great to play this weekend. Today at Harbortown, as always, perfect condition. Just everybody here at Harbortown is top notch. Just like yesterday at Amateur Dunes, Trent Jones, just a great weekend of golf.
Well, you come in today, and before you even tee off, you won.
That's right. Okay, so okay, we're talking about that now. Okay, so part of the Golfweek Tour and what Dennis McCormick does, he and I love this. I love this. He has a what's he call it? A raffle. You donate money that goes to the American Cancer
The V Foundation. Should be V.
I'm sorry, the V Foundation. And we lost our father a few years ago. So whenever I have that opportunity, and I'm jumping in. And so lucky me, I won. They pulled my number out, and so that was a great way to start. I didn't play so great today. I had a lot of well, I don't want to say what I scored, what I shot. Just look it up. But I had one or two really good holes, and it was a great day. It was just so great.
Good playing partners. I mean,
yeah, all of them. Travis, George, Brandon. One of the, and you might be talking.
Yeah, we're talking. He's not going anywhere,
and I'm not going to tell you what he did, but you want to stay tuned for this. Yeah, he did.
That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it is a real big deal what he did. It was on hole 17, an iconic hole, and I think you know what he's going to tell you. But it was great to see you.
That's awesome. Well, John, it's always good to see you. I'm sure we'll see each other throughout the year.
Absolutely, man. I'll be here all year, and it's great to see you. Thanks for coming out. This is last weekend.
Take care of yourself. All right, we're back here at the Harbortown Clubhouse with the man of the day. We mentioned a little bit, but Brandon, hole-in-one today on hole 17. Yeah. Congratulations, buddy.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Pretty awesome.
What an iconic hole.
Tell us about it, man. Because Jen and I were hanging out there most of the day. I don't know if you knew that.
I didn't.
Yeah, we were hanging out there most of the day. We had the drone up and took pictures of people and that sort of thing.
Okay.
And then we went and got some food, and it was apparently that it was a wrong time to do you.
It was a long day out there, and I think it was at 2:14 p.m. And it was a 167-yard 5 hybrid. My caddy told me to go nowhere near the pin, and I just went for it. So I put it right over the edge, and it just trickled on, and we saw it rolling right towards the cup, and it just hit the pin and dropped in like a natural putt. So it was awesome. We were kind of making sure that it was like, did it really go in? And I was like, I saw it drop, but at the same time, I was like, well, take the golf cart and go up there to make sure of it. So yeah, I almost broke my caddy's back too, because jumping on him and giving everybody's hugs. So
that's also who was in your group.
We had George Mazdea. We had JR. So JR. So another great story, right? So JR wins the Jimmy V raffle, right? Mm-hmm. So he already won $750, and then right after my hole-in-one, he birdies 18.
Really?
And so him and I were the only two that split the $1,140 pot.
Seriously?
Yeah. So him and I had quite a fun day.
So you won. You won. That way you're the winner.
We won. You're the winner. I don't need to raise a trophy today. That was great.
That's awesome. So how many hole-in-ones you got?
That's my second one. My first one was in 2007 or 8, something like that, and it was in Oceanside, California. Didn't even get to see it. It was an elevated green. I hit into the front bank and it rolled up and over. And by the time we got up there and looked at the cup, it was in there. So I didn't even know when I hit my first one. And now this is going to be, just a memory bank for the dreams that you kind of have at night.
Exactly. And so Harbortown's going to take care of you, right? They gave you a flag.
So they gave me a flag. They gave me a presentation. They are going to put my name in one of the plaques that they have for the hole-in-ones that are up here in the special men's locker room.
This place is pretty awesome.
This is phenomenal. I mean, I came up here before my round and took pictures of everything. You got the plaid jacket and so much history after the heritage after the Masters here, and I mean, I'm just kind of in a daze, and here I wasn't sure if I could keep it together afterwards, but drove it right down the middle in 18 and almost made par there, but 38, 45. I mean, the front 9 just ate me alive today, but at the same time, I survived and have another double after my first 2 doubles.
Okay, so good.
There's a lot of.
That's it for today, right?
I mean, today's my birthday. I turned 43. I turned 43 today. It was a phenomenal round. I had a great caddy, Eric and Nicholas here. I just had a fun day. It was a great walk.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean, number one, this place, it's we see it on TV. Yeah, and just like if you've ever been to a PJ event, what you being there in person, what you see on TV, sometimes it doesn't do it justice.
Right.
This is one of those places.
Yeah. I mean, there's some holes out here. I think there's that one hole where it's an elevated green. It's just surrounded by bunkers. I had a perfect drive, and we waited a little too long for me to hit a good shot up in there, but I ended up getting up and down from the bunker. And it's just kind of one of those holes where it's like you almost wish you saw more of it on TV,
right?
Because it's that hard. I mean, like where the pin was today, you probably had I don't know, maybe a 15-foot radius. I mean, it was small, and it destroys rounds. So
it doesn't. Well, all these greens are a lot smaller than people really think that they are. Right?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure the greens were putting at a 14 today. They were major championship rolling on ice. And gosh, I mean, I didn't have a 3-putt. It was a magical day out there, honestly. I mean, some of the par putts I made, some of the things that just happened, it was like, yep, it's my birthday. It was like, it's all this for my day. Just to do it in a tournament, though, I mean, I would have never dreamt of having a hole-in-one in a tournament. So that, to me, is just really, really sweet.
So, wow. We got Cabin Farms coming up for you guys.
I got Cabin Citrus Farms.
Tell
June 7th and 8th, guys. Guys and girls, we have the grand opening. I mean, they're peeling the plastic off of this golf course really soon. You got the Karoo and you got the Roost. Check it out on YouTube. There's plenty of access to it. We are all getting a 4 caddy out there. So every group that comes out is going to get a 4 caddy. There is a lot to do out there. They give you your own water bottle. They have a special cookie that they give you when you go out there. It is a really magical place. It's the Old World Woods that's in Brooksville, Florida. Cabot Citrus Farms took it over, and right now it's a walking only, as they call it in their shoulder season. So you need to walk it. Got to have a caddy. And for our event, we get the first weekend that is outside of the shoulder season, so we all get carts. We'll have 4 caddy in each group, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
I'm looking forward to it. I'll be out there with you guys and doing these things. You've already promised me food trucks and
that's right.
Truck.
That's right. There's a wood fire pizza grill that's right out there. You have the wedge course. You have a short course. You have a putting course. There's a chipping course. You have the range that has monitors on everything. It's enormous. I mean, they haven't even finished the clubhouse yet. And it's going to be a really special place. So Steve Calhoun and I are co-directors for North Central Florida. We've gotten to play both courses. It's going to be a treat. We hope you guys come out there and come live it up. There's only 100 spots. So, Lyle already sold out the Hokie. I'm in the Hokie. I was like one of the last 10 in the Hokie. So I'll be at the Hokie. And, I always wanted to come up to the Icebreaker. Dennis's, inaugural event of the year, and to play Harbor Town on my birthday was kind of a no-brainer. And gosh, to have a hole in one this makes it great.
Well, Brandon, it was great seeing you this weekend. Congratulations, and I look forward to seeing you throughout the year.
Thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Take care of yourself.
Let's take a break from the show to hear about Srixon's ZX Mark II drivers.
ZX Mark II drivers are for major players, major winners, major power. All new ZX Mark II drivers, only from Srixon.
Chris, sitting there and being able to talk to the winners of regionals is, I enjoy what we do here, right?
Right.
You and El Paso, me here and recording it, but sitting next to them like we did at National Championship and feeling the excitement that they have, and that emotion that's there right in the moment.
Right.
There's something that's really, to me, it's really, really enjoyable. It's a lot of fun to be able to celebrate those, the wins with them, some of the accomplishments.
Yep.
Brandon Peterson with a hole-in-one on his birthday.
It doesn't get any better than that, honestly.
It really doesn't. I mean, I was so happy for him.
On a PGA course, too.
Yeah. JR winning the 50/50 V Foundation raffle, and what that means to him. I mean, just having that conversation with him and seeing that, you know, the emotion just from that and why he does that.
Right.
Joe Jaspers. We talk about Joe Jaspers all the time. I mean, God bless him, right? You know, Tracy Taylor. You know, I've known Tracy for years and years and years and years, and she always comes close in these regionals, and you know, for whatever reason, comes up short. But she blew everybody out of the water. I mean, she lapped everybody. She was so excited.
I think in general, you know,
Steve
us
Evans.
doing this, they enjoy us being there. You know, doing these, and you know, the motto on the homepage is where amateurs play like pros, and that's where we make it feel that way at these big events.
Yeah.
You know, they get their trophy, and it's like, okay, now we gotta go do an interview. What do you mean? I gotta go do an interview? Like, and it's live, by the way. So, fix your hair, you know, fix that hat a little bit. He's like, what? Okay, yeah, I mean, we're rushing to do interviews, but we want to catch that raw emotion. They just got crowned champion, and we want to get that emotion, you know, so everyone can see what these regionals are about, or even national championship. You know, at one point we were like, well, tell Dennis to hold on real quick. We're doing interviews. We have their champions. He can't go anywhere else.
Exactly.
It makes it for a great time, and I think that's what makes our tour what it is now. Yeah,
you know, and I'm setting up, you know, getting ready to do the interviews, and you know, guys are coming in, and I'm making sure the camera's in the right spot, make sure the computer's turned on, and this, that, and the other thing. And guy's name is Brian Cozart. He's in the B flight from Eastern North Carolina. And he heard me talking. He said, I know that voice. I've heard that voice. And are you the podcast guys? I said, yeah, but I'm not Chris. And we kind of had a laugh. And he said he listens to just about every podcast. And he is so appreciative of the podcast and what value we're bringing to the tour and what value we're bringing to the Eastern Tour. And, you know, we hear it a lot.
Right.
But when you actually see it, and it's not that the other ones aren't heartfelt, and not that we don't believe it, but when you can see it in their face and handshake and
right, and
the appreciation in their face, that to me takes it to a whole nother level. And that's coming, you know, we've got good tour directors across the country, but that's coming from a tour from Marty Martinez, who Brian, you know, thinks the world of, because Marty again does a phenomenal job.
Of course, I mean they're always award winners,
always, and when he says that, you know, Brian says the value that we're bringing to him and to the Eastern Tour and the tour in general, and how much that helps. That was a big. It made me feel good,
right?
Put it that way.
And I think, you know, the 2024 we got to see that a lot, and you know, a national championship, a lot of people come up to us and ask us when we're going to their local tour or to their local regional. So we're wanted to be out there because everybody wants to have that feeling and have that chance to be on the podcast, which is great. I mean, if you asked us 3 years ago when we started this, if we're going to have a line of people wanting to be on here, we'd probably laugh about that. But now look at it. We got people that want to get on just...
And I still can't believe it.
Just to talk, or kids just want to get on just because it's cool nowadays to be on the podcast.
Right. Yeah. And so, you know, let's just go a step further. You know, a couple years ago, we had John Farrell on, director of golf at the Sea Pines.
Yeah.
When he was talking about Harbor Town and the other courses, in the Sea Pine Resort, he sent Dennis a heartfelt message that I kind of wanted to share with everybody because, again, to me, it's the epitome of what the tour is.
And
Right.
this is coming from somebody who he's affiliated with the tour, but he's outside this, and somebody who we wouldn't normally get these types of accolades from. So this is the message, and I can't thank John enough for sharing this, and for Dennis, forwarding it on to us.
Right.
It says, you have built something very special, Dennis. Businesses often take on the personality of their creators, and yours is so much fun by simultaneously respecting and honoring the game the way it's supposed to be played. Thank you for what you do for the game and us all. That pretty much sums it up.
Yeah, it does. I've been on this tour for, I think, close to 10 years now, player and then director for 7. So it elevates the game of golf, because you can go out there any Saturday or Sunday and play with your friends or your little golf group. And it's the same guys every week, but it's, hey, I'll take that, give me, I'll do this. But this is actual golf, like competitive golf. And for us older guys, and I say older, I'm in my 40s almost, but who can't go out to the basketball court and run with these young guys anymore. This is a competition that feeds our competitiveness, I guess you say it that way. So nothing like it. It's nothing like it. I completely agree.
And here's the other piece to it, right? Because you know what it's like, and you heard Don talk about trying to get scheduled courses and this, that, and the other thing. Sometimes dealing with pros, it's, they're doing the best to make everybody happy, right? They're doing the best to make the owners happy, the general managers happy, their members happy, their public play happy, and us happy. And sometimes, we as tour directors are just like anybody else. We make it all about us, and a lot of times we kind of forget about some of those other pieces to it.
Right.
And for somebody of John Farrell's stature to recognize what the tour actually brings to the game of golf, to Sea Pines, to Harbor Town, and take not only to see it and recognize it, but take the time to share his thoughts on that. That to me takes it to a completely other level. It's rare that we get those types of compliments from people of that stature.
Definitely, 100%. What makes it great for us is, at least when I talk to courses, confirm how many players or whatnot, and they're like, all right, so if I remember correctly, you have scorecards, you have cart signs, you're gonna set up the table. I'm like, yeah, all I need from you is the golf course, carts ready to go, and the range ready to go. All right, you make it easy, and that's what allows us to keep coming back year after year after year, because we've built that reputation, and and we make it easy for them too, and I'm pretty sure they have tournaments. I know they have tournaments throughout the year, and some of them are like, we don't know what we're doing. We're just gonna sign up teams and then let you know. And okay, cool, thanks. Type of thing, because and I've heard the stories from as we get to know these golf pros, we hear the stories. Yeah, we have conversations,
and we see stories.
Yeah,
we see it, and when you get a new pro, sometimes they don't realize they haven't interacted with us, other courses or other areas before, and I can hear it in their voices, or I can see it in their faces. Oh, not another tournament! I can't put up with. I'm like, hold on, man, just relax.
yeah, we got you.
We got it.
I'll be here Saturday morning early, setting up flags. I'll have everything printed out for you. You don't got to stress Friday.
Just make sure your credit card machine works, because if that doesn't work, then I can't help you on that. I can do all kinds of things.
Right.
But if your credit card machine doesn't work, I don't know.
Right.
So,
but it just goes to the point. Dennis has done a great job to build the tour the way it is, and he picks some of the best people to be directors, not just anybody that wants to run a tour. He'll wait on a city to start one until he feels it's right.
Yep.
And we see it every year. Directors meeting, when we see the numbers, we see it every year, and there's nothing that competes to it.
So you guys had your Ryder Cup
Yeah,
we
we
haven't
did.
had a chance to talk about it. What?
Yeah.
Oh, you don't want to talk about it?
We'll talk about it.
Oh, let's hear it, man.
So,
Because you and I haven't even had a chance to talk about it.
Right. So let's start off this way. It's a great time. We actually went to Benson, Arizona, where we first had the Ryder Cup when we decided to do this. So we went back to the roots. Great course. It's a gem. Fun. It's a fun Ryder Cup style course. Because greens are gettable and there's a lot of birdies out there that you can get. So it's a lot of fun. It happened to be the weekend that they were having their Christmas party. So Friday night, they were having their Christmas party, and we just stayed and hung out, and man, we were drinking like crazy. It was a great time. But if anybody watched the last episode, with the picture that was made of me, it was last episode or 2 episodes ago. If you watched it on YouTube, you would have seen that picture of an elf. So I get to the course Saturday. This is how much of a love we have for each other. I get to the course Saturday, and usually Jason Junio, he's an Arizona member. When we started this a couple years back, he brought inflatable, the boxing gloves, the big inflatable ones.
Yeah. Huh.
And me and Gabe were posing pictures with them and all of this, like having a good time. Last year, he brought us actual boxing gloves, and we had all the team sign it, and we got to keep them. So that's cool. It's hanging up in my trophy area. So this year, I'm like, what is he gonna do? Nothing's happened. Gabe's like, hey, I need to go over the rules for you, blah blah blah. I'm like, cool. Walk with me because I gotta go get some stuff out of the car. He's like, all right. So we're walking to the car, and this man proceeds to ask me the dumbest questions in the world. What tee boxes are we playing from? And I'm thinking, why are you asking me this? You know what tee boxes? Just questions that we've already discussed already. How should we handle this? How should we handle that? And I'm just like, okay, whatever. So we're walking back, and as we get close to the carts, he goes, I just want to tell you, we love you, right? Arizona Tour loves you guys, and I love you as a brother. I'm like, yeah, likewise, whatever. I don't know why you're getting all sentimental. And I look at my cart, and they hang all around the cart these little elves, baby elves, and they decorated my cart with Christmas lights. And at that point, I knew, okay, Jason's behind this, and he's over there smiling with the tape and it was a great time. It actually helped me find my way back to the clubhouse. I just turned on the lights, and everyone was following me with Christmas lights. It was great. But
that's funny.
First session, I believe. I have a picture of the scoreboard. I believe first session we dominated, and then second session they brought it back real close. Give me 1 second. I'll pull it up. First session we won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to 6 to 5. We were up 6.5, 5.5. And second session we lost 7.5 to 4.5. So it was a tight race going into singles, and they just waxed us in singles. We ended up losing 28-19. So, but from what I hear from my guys, a lot of singles matches we were up with 2 holes to go, and just fell apart. So, needless to say, we lost the belt. I have not stopped getting. Well, I got swindled into a group text that I apparently can't leave with a bunch of Arizona guys, and every so often they send me a picture of the belt somewhere in Arizona, like where's Waldo the belt. It's fine, it's well deserved, but I'm going to use that as fuel for next year when they got to come to the West Texas and see what they can bring. But
hold on now. I mean, they're playing Where's Waldo with a belt, and you're Elf on the Shelf. So I mean,
right. It's they're clever out there. I'm not gonna lie. But it was great, when Texas beat Arizona State, because I was nonstop. I still haven't stopped ragging on them about that. So
well, hold on a second here, because what were they doing?
We survived. That's the name of college football playoffs. You survive, you move on. We survived.
I was like,
But
you gotta
yes,
be kidding.
to answer your question, Ryder Cup was great. I love it every year, and I'm already looking forward to next year. But to throw fuel on the fire, and it's not fuel because, we talked about it. Everyone's trying to have little competitions with local tours, Upstate New York has 2 tours now, Senior Golf Week, and they collab, us in Arizona. Yeah, we're 4 to 5 hours away, but we're still collaborating as much as we can. Gabe calls me and says, hey, I have a challenge. I want to see if you're up for it. I said, sure. What's going on? Let's challenge each other. First one to 100 members. I think I was at 65 and he was like 68, 69. So of course he calls me when he's ahead, not when he's behind, but
Okay.
he calls me and I said, yeah, let's do that. What are we playing for? And he goes, we have a dual event every year in Tubac, Arizona. One of my favorite courses to go play. He goes, let's do loser has to pay for an entry fee and the winner gets to raffle it off. I said, let's do it. So he goes, okay, I'm gonna write up an email. I'll let you see it and then we'll send it. I'm like, okay, cool. This man sends it to his whole group. I'm at work here reading this email like, oh my God, I can't even get on the computer and do this real quick. But his opening statement is, we've been challenged and let's show El Paso how to lose once again. I was like,
my God.
Oh no, he did it. And, and then it just becomes, text message, really? And he goes, I should have been a WWE wrestler with my promos. I'm like, you got me here at work all riled up for no reason. But I got home, made an email, sent it out, and I think I've gotten 10 to 12 memberships within a day.
Good.
And I don't know how many he has, but it's a fun competition. Let's see who can get to 100 first. I mean, usually we're around the same amount of members year in, year out, regardless. So let's see what we can do. And things like that is just the fun part that the directors get to have with each other. Along with the bragging rights with the Directors Cup at Nationals. Us 5 have bragging rights for the year, and you better believe when I go to tournaments and I see some directors that were in that flight with me and B flight at Nationals, I'm not gonna let them forget.
Right.
It's the fun part of golf too. Ryder Cup, the Ryder Cup teams do that every year. Whoever's the winner, I'm pretty sure when they're at the course and there's a group of them, make way, the Ryder Cup champs are coming through or something. It has to happen.
It absolutely. It.
Or President's Cup or whatever it may be.
Right.
I mean, I think I don't know if you were watching the TGL the other day, the golf league that Tiger and Rory started, the indoor thing.
Yeah, I didn't see it, but I've heard good things about it though.
So
I didn't see it.
Tiger, I was watching a little bit, and they had Tiger on an interview, and they're complimenting his jacket, and he goes, "The only color jacket I like are green jackets," and he's able to drop these little like bombs because nobody has more, and it's things like that makes our tours great. Is we have these little competitions. Gina's talked about it, all these other tours I talked about these little Ryder Cups that they do, and it's bragging rights for them because they know they're going to see these other tours throughout the season.
Right.
And I know when I have the belt and I go visit Arizona, I wear that thing. I use it as a ball marker on the first hole. So when you lose, you got to take it because when you win, you're going to give it.
Exactly.
So.
Speaking of Tiger, I don't know if you saw the interview. It was, I don't know if it was before the event or after the event, and somebody was giving him a hard time, and they said, well, bet you can't hit the camera in one shot. He hit the camera.
Yeah, I saw that. I think it was before. What it was is they were trying to see if it was possible just to be, aware, do we need to move the camera? Or is it something that we need to fix? And he goes, where's the camera? Oh, up there on the top. He goes, oh, okay. Grabs a club, swings, first swing, hits it. And they show the camera footage too, and they see the ball come, and then it moves the camera. I'm like, that's just amazing,
isn't it?
To be able to just do that. I mean, I know you saw the PNC and how great that was. So he's getting there.
Yeah. But yeah, the competitions between tours, it's what part of what golf's all about. The competition, the camaraderie, all those things wrapped into one, and we're right back at it, bud.
Yeah.
You got an event in 2 weeks?
Yep, got an event in 2 weeks.
So
not even ready for it.
You better get ready.
This is that part. Yep. You know, I use the same analogy every year we go through this. Like it's a roller coaster ride, right? And this is the part where you see the ride right there. You're in line. You hear the screams as the next car goes through, and you're thinking, do I really want to do this? Can my 40-year-old back really hold on to this?
Stop.
And of course, you know, if I'm with my oldest, he's like, "You're scared, aren't you? Huh? You don't want to do this. Like, you can't handle it." Just egging you on, and then once we start printing everything, it's all right. Make sure that seatbelt's locked, because here we go.
Here we go. Good luck with that.
Likewise, you get to chill this year.
There's no chill this year. I'm still, one of the reasons I had to do it, because I needed to back all with some of the traveling that I'm doing, and guess what?
You're traveling more.
But it is. I'm doing stuff that I enjoy doing. But
that's all it's about. I mean, I do it because I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, that's the only reason. It's a lot of fun, and put it this way: if I didn't want to do it, I just wouldn't do it.
Right.
But we love it, so we're gonna keep doing it. And
I get it. I mean, I'm excited. This year's gonna be fun. You know, a new flight. It's been, I think, 3 years since I've been in a new flight, 4 maybe. So I'm excited to see what happens.
E-flight, baby.
I'm actually excited about my game right now. Unfortunately, at the Ryder Cup, one of my members couldn't make it. He got stuck in bad weather in Charlotte, apparently. But I had to do 2-man scramble, me against 2 guys.
Okay.
Took that one to 18 holes, lost on the final putt. Then I had to do 2-man alternate shot, me against 2 guys, won that one 4-3. So, better believe I don't let that one down. When that group chat I told you I can't escape, when one of those 2 make a comment, it's like, oh, is that why you lost?
You just need to keep it zipped up.
Yeah.
I mean, so you two you say nothing.
Yeah.
Say nothing.
Everybody else, you can even text somebody else to say it, but you don't get to say nothing. And then singles, I had to go me against two players, went 1-1. But the way my game was flowing, that I was making putts that I haven't seen go in a long time, so that was very encouraging.
Awesome. All right, man. Wrap it up and we'll talk again here in a couple weeks.
Yes, sir. You have safe travels. I know you're traveling this next couple of weeks, so be safe out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be good times. Forward to it. And hopefully we'll be able to announce our.
I'm excited.
It's gonna happen.
I'm excited for this one. I know we've been talking about it for a while, but I'm super excited for this one.
And let's just put it this way: it's something that's gonna involve everybody on tour.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
give everybody a chance.
It is. Best to your family.
Likewise.
Stay warm. Stay warm.
I've got hoodie, 3 blankets, and we'll be all right. It's only 2 more days, and then we're back to the 60s.
Yeah, so you'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be cold here.
I'm just going to cry for 3 days, and then that's it.
Don't send me any pictures.
I won't. Either cry or more bourbon. One of the two. It keeps you warm.
Just start drinking. All right, bud. You take care of yourself. Best of the family.
Likewise. Be safe.
Bye.
All right, that's a wrap for this week's episode. But Chris, after all this time, you would think we would remember this stuff.
We forgot to tell people how to register, didn't we?
Yep, take it away.
Well, if you're not already part of the Golfweek Amateur Tour, what are you waiting for? Grab your clubs, join the fun, and see what competitive golf is all about. You can sign up today and start meeting some incredible folks who love the game as much as you do.
All you need to do is go to amateurgolftour.net, click the Join the Tour button, and pay your local tour's membership dues.
And hey, don't forget, if you're enjoying the podcast, you can catch us on all of the major podcast platforms. Be sure to download, share it with your golf buddies, and throw us a quick review if you're feeling the love. It helps us keep bringing you the good stuff and reaching even more golfers out there. Thanks for hanging with us, and until next time, keep swinging and having fun out there.
We'll see you next time. Take care.